Good morning, everybody. It's Lee Hancock here from Let's Talk About It. And today we've got Shanie Lou as a guest. So Shanie is based in Perth and she's a certified breathwork facilitator. Breathwork is a deeply transformative healing technique that enables you to let go of what no longer works in your life. We all need to do that. We all hold trauma and stuck emotions in our bodies. Through the breath, we are all able to get back into our body, feel the emotions, stuck energy or trauma, and safely release them. You need to feel it to heal it. So breathwork offers a safe place to do just that. So welcome, Shanie.
Thank you. Well, that's so lovely to be here, Lee. Thank you.
And I want you just to relax and enjoy your little chat with me. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your family and who you are?
Yeah, sure. Yep, as you said, I live in Perth. I'm married and we have a 13-year-old son. So that's been an interesting journey being a parent and all of that. But yeah, that's my family.
Oh, that's excellent. And what did you used to do before you started this journey that you're on now?
Oh, I've had many careers. So I've worked in the bank industry for quite a few years. And then I also worked in disability. I've worked in disability on and off.
Wow.
And yes, I used to work for Department of Child Protection. So that was a really interesting job.
So you've always been in the caring for people.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Looking after people's money, caring for them.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell us about how you started your breath work and what it is? Because a lot of us don't know what it is. I've just read it. It sounds really good. So
yeah, it is. I first got into breathwork in about 2014. My dad had passed about a year before, and I was just in a funk. Even though there was nothing wrong in my life, looking from the outside, everything was wonderful, but I just didn't feel good in myself. I wasn't happy with my direction, where I was going, what I was doing. And so I went along and had a breathwork session at Claire Belton, who's in Perth, and she's also my teacher. And yeah, I was absolutely blown away. I had quite a few sessions with Claire in the group facility kind of way, which is what I also do myself as well as individual. And yeah, absolutely blown away at the difference. I was able to release the grief of losing Dad and just peel off the layers of old hurts and things that I'd been holding on to and didn't even realise that I was holding on to, that were holding me back. And I now feel that through breath work, and I obviously continue to have breath work myself, I just feel, life is just so different because I'm freer. I'm more in touch with who I am, who I actually am on a really deep level. And yeah, it's just a lot more freedom. Yeah,
that sounds
really nice.
Amazing. So would you like to discuss the process? Like how does it actually work?
So I suppose I'll take you back a bit. So with breath work, it all is to do with our central nervous system. So we have our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous system. So the sympathetic nervous system is your fight, flight, freeze. Okay, we all know about that. So whenever our bodies are really quite amazing. I don't think we give them quite enough credit. They've got their own intelligence. But when our bodies sense that we're in danger, and that danger can be real, it can be perceived, it can be physical or emotional danger, our sympathetic nervous system does what it's supposed to do, floods our bodies with adrenaline, ready to fight or flight. Now, if in the moment we're unable to do that, and there are many reasons why in the moment we can't fight or we can't run, the emotion of what we're feeling at that time gets held in the body along with the adrenaline. Now, the problem with this is that we continue on through life and we have moments where we think, I'm stuck and I don't feel good about myself, and we don't really know why. And it could be from something that happened when we were 3, and it doesn't have to be anything big or traumatic. The energy is held in the body, just preventing us from moving forward. Wow. So breath work it's actually a very simple technique. You deeply breathe and consciously connect your breath. And by doing that, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest. And in this place, and with my guidance, what I actually do is really provide a safe space. So whilst my clients are breathing, they're enabled to feel safe. And from that place of safety, they are able then to feel whatever those stuck, held emotions are in their body and let them go.
Wow.
So you really do need to, breathe into it, feel it, and then you can release it. And it's really it can be quite a profound experience. Often when people are breathing, they may find that they go to altered states of consciousness. They'll still be fully aware that they're in the room. They may find energy. Energy is a big one. People feel tingles like pins and needles, mainly in the hands, as the energy, as the story starts to unwind and leaves the body. You can get hot, you can get cold, you can feel all the emotions of what you felt years ago. Yeah, it really can be quite profound when you belief systems of things that will just pop into your head, and you'll realize, you'll be able to understand in the moment that, oh, that belief system that was possibly passed down to you by well-meaning parents actually doesn't fit with who you are. And in that realization, you can let that go.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
It's like I say, it's actually a very simple technique, but don't let the simplicity fool you. It's actually can be very deeply transformative. I was also very lucky in my training with Claire Belton. The type of breathwork that Claire teaches is called Transpersonal Breathwork. So what Claire's done is she learnt breathwork and was, equally blown away by it, but found that there was just something missing. So she ended up studying shamanic practices, and the fusion of the shamanic practices as well as the breathwork has the two of them together just take it to the next level. So obviously I'm trained in that. So I do use shamanic practices. So I will call in the 4 directions. I have a rattle, drum, crystals. I use all of these as tools, and also while my clients are breathing, I may go into the other worlds, I may journey into the other worlds, and often in doing that you can find pieces of the story that you might not even be consciously aware, and those pieces, once you're aware of them, again can help you to release that old thing that is holding you back, that you don't need to hold on to anymore.
Yeah, because often we do things repeatedly or feel emotions rather, that we don't know why we keep on having that reaction to that what we're imagining is what's happening. So
definitely, yeah.
That's something I need. Definitely.
and the thing is, Lee, you're not alone there. We all have those. Before I started my breathwork journey, I could find myself on a tangent of just thinking the same things again and again and again, and knowing logically this is not helping me, but emotionally not being able to prevent it or to see what was underneath it. So so really by doing the deep breathing, the consciously connected breath, you're going back into your body, and our bodies hold all of our stuff for us. So they hold all the secrets, so it enables you to release all of that.
Yeah, oh, that sounds good. So how long is a session normally?
I tell my clients to allow up to 2 hours. We normally start with a bit of a talk about breath work. That is actually part of the process, because I want my clients to feel safe. So by having a bit of a talk, that helps them. It's kind of like our bodies talk to each other, if that makes any sense, just to help them go, yeah, it's safe here. And also obviously find out what's happening in my client's life. And then I'll show them the technique, get them to lie down on the mat. So you're on the floor, lots of cushions around you, nice and comfortable. And then I put on some music. That the music's quite interesting, how much the music will help to really take people deep. And I like my clients to breathe for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then I allow, it can sometimes take 20 minutes, half an hour to come back into the room, and also to discuss anything that's happened. Often talking about that after can really help clients to kind of, again, just make that mental understanding of what happened. And that's it. I also...
Do you ask them to write down a journal afterwards or not?
Yes, I do like my clients to do that, and it is actually really helpful, because obviously you go back, you drive home or wherever it is, and you can forget it all. So it does really help to journal any insights that people have had. Yes. And
then you were going to say, when I interrupted you, rudely.
Oh no, sorry.
Your finger did something.
Yes. So Sorry, I offer individual and group sessions. So the group sessions, I have up to 4 clients. Group is the same but different as individual. So I allow up to 3 hours. And we will share, everyone will say what's happening for them, but without going into anything personal. And obviously if people don't want to, they don't have to. It really is all about safety. And then from there, we'll have a shared meditation, and then everyone breathes together, but, you know, on the mat, separate to one another. And yeah, there's something quite special about group when you can hear someone else breathing and releasing. If you've got a little bit of resistance, and resistance is normal. It's, you know, we're so used to living our lives a certain way, even when we're unhappy, but I know it's comfortable. So the good thing about group is that when you can hear someone else release, it's like, oh, permission. Yeah. I too can, yeah. So yeah, and there is something really quite special about group, and that's actually where I started myself. So it's really close to my heart having group. So currently I'm doing that every 3rd Sunday from 2 to 5, and I will in the new year look at doing group during the week as well.
So you obviously have a nice room set up where you can do a group, or what do you do?
Yes, no, thank you for mentioning that, Lee. Yes, so I'm very lucky to have a studio at the back of my home. So it's a nice size, it's not too big. And yeah, so we're completely separate from the rest of the world. And the previous owners actually built it for the husband to play drums. Oh. So yeah, so everyone has freedom to make as much noise as they wish to or need to. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, really nice.
And there's obviously no touching, you don't touch them, or do you help them with their breathing, or what happens?
Yes, so thank you for mentioning that. Yes, so touch is a part of it, but having said that, I always ask my clients if it's okay. Some people have got a lot of trauma and don't want to be touched, so I obviously respect that. But yes, many years ago I did do pranic healing and Reiki, and I found that when I put my hands on, clients are telling me that they can feel the energy coming through. So I do kind of incorporate that as well, and they've found that because I do have the shamanic aspect to what I do go in, I do kind of track people's energy, and I just know where to place my hands. And the feedback I get is that, yeah, that was the right time to, you know, put hands on ankles, or often people hold a lot of tension in their jaw, so I may put my hands on the jaw. Wow. Yeah, and it's just to help clients to release what they yeah.
But then how do you protect yourself from all of that? We won't say it's bad energy, because it's just energy that they've got that they need to release. But then how do you protect yourself from it coming on you?
Yeah, that's a fair question. I like what you're saying there about it's all just energy. So I kind of don't buy myself. I not that I don't buy into that. It really is all just energy, and it's about transforming it. So I feel completely protected. I do actually have a power animal who is with me at all times. So I feel that my power animal keeps me protected.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah. So when I journey, my power animal comes with me and is with me. I call in, actually when I call in the 4 directions, I call in for assistance. So I feel that I'm protected there. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. And just down to the nitty gritty, is it expensive to do, or can people pay with a credit card, or do they need cash?
Yeah. Okay. So I do accept cash or direct bank transfer. So sometimes clients pay on the day, or they pay before they come. For the group session, well, Breathwork Circle is another word that I use for it, at $70 per person at the moment, and individual is $160.
Okay, well that's good considering what they're getting and all your training that you've been through and everything.
Yeah, I feel
a psychologist costs so much more, and you know, you can carry on saying the same thing over and over for 100 years and nothing happens.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that. So seeing a psychologist or a counsellor are very valid, and they are an excellent place to go. But and there are certain times where breathwork people is not a good a good fit for people to have breath work, where really they need to stick with their counsellor. Having said that, sometimes breath work and counselling work together really well, because counselling is really on your mental body, whereas breath work is about, you know, your physical body, your emotional body. So they do actually work together really well if people want to do it that way.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, that's good to know, and you're saying all the right things. So is there anything else you want to add? Are you going to be open over, because after this we'll put it up on Wednesday, and then you can share it as well, and I'll share it. But are you going to be open over Christmas, or are you having a break, or you know, what are your plans so people know they can? Well, I guess they can call you and find out.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, I'm normally closed like public holidays, and yeah, I do take individual individual sessions on a Saturday by appointment, really. But because I work from home, I tend to have my first appointment 10:30 in the morning, but I can have people come here at 5 or 6 in the evening after work. Like I said, because I'm at home, I have a little bit of flexibility with times. So yeah, and again, if the only day that someone can come is on a Sunday and I'm free, then I'm quite open to being available then.
That's excellent. Well, I must say you're looking very good.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, how are you finding working at home compared to having your job that you had before?
It's really interesting, actually, because you've kind of, with working in an office or anything like that, you've got the social aspect. So that's been really interesting, working from home, because you don't have that. But again, I really do feel so blessed to have, I'm going to mention Claire again because she is so incredible, but to have Claire as a teacher, because I still get together with Claire and my fellow students, and we will share what's happening in our lives and in our businesses. So I have got that emotional support there, and yeah, that makes all the difference. And of course, I've got a supportive husband, and
it would be good to have that support and that mentor always adding to your life.
Yes.
And now I'm going to change the topic a bit, and then we'll go back to breathworks. What fashion style do you like? And I know this is unprepared, but what do you like to wear, say when you're doing the breathwork, but then when on your day-to-day basis?
So when I do the breathwork, I do like to wear something semi-professional. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it is professional, and I suppose it's again about making my clients feel comfortable. On the weekend, yeah, I am kind of a jeans and t-shirt girl, but I also love my, kind of bohemian dresses and floral. So,
well, they're all in fashion at the moment, and the boho pants are looking, they're very intriguing.
Yes.
It takes me back to the 70s, actually, when I was a young lady, it was all the fashion. But that's
yes.
Awesome. So let's give out I know we're going to have it in the link and it's already in the invite, but do you want to give your website and maybe your mobile out?
Yes, certainly. So my website, sorry, Lee. So yeah, the website is www.breathworkwithshanie. So Shanie is SHANIE.com.au. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, again, Breathwork with Shanie. So feel free to follow me. And my contact details are on Facebook and also on my website.
Yeah, well, that's fabulous. So I'm sure a lot of the ladies, do you do men and women, or do you do mixed groups, or
Yeah, there's no gender specific. Yeah, I do tend to get more ladies, but I think that's just a natural thing. But yes, I actually really love it when I have a man come, simply because we all need healing. Doesn't matter what your gender is. So I really love it when men come, because it shows that they're owning what's happening in their lives. That's really what it's all about.
Oh, well, it's been fantastic talking to you. I've learned a lot, and you'll probably be seeing me in the near future.
Well, thank you very much, Lee. I really appreciate you giving me this time to do this.
Thanks very much.